On a scale of 1 to 10.
10 being the highest? 7. But like an East Coast 7.
Welcome to episode 3 of East
What
Coast
up?
Sevens. We're happy you're here.
Yeah.
If you've been wearing the same pair of leggings for the past 3 days, you're welcome here. My men with the good personalities, you're welcome here.
Yeah.
My couples who plan their entire lives based on the next thing they're going to eat, welcome
We're here for you.
to East Coast Sevens.
We're here for you. We definitely get it. We get it. And I think that is just such a good representation of us.
Yeah.
I think that you probably actually that's really just what you just described to us.
Yeah. I'm actually proud of myself for wearing jeans.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like there just needs to be like a standard for video podcasts. Like if this was only audio, we could wear whatever we want. But since
Yeah.
we're doing the video portion, which is like what I want to do, we have to make ourselves at least a little bit presentable.
Yeah.
And I've thought like all week long how just doing this podcast, it's funny. It makes me feel like I'm some type of like special person.
Wow. Yeah, very special.
Like I'm like
A special boy.
Yeah, I'm a special boy. And I've been thinking about doing this all week, and it's been really cool to do this. I've enjoyed doing it so far. And I guess it just like makes me feel more of like an adult, like people are listening to what I have to say.
Yeah, we've started to, be adults. We're adulting. We went
more than ever recently.
We went to Walmart at 8 p.m. Easter Sunday to shop for groceries because we had to.
Yeah, and that wasn't the first time that you had gone to Walmart that day.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, you went directly after church.
I went to Walmart to get corn because I was supposed to make corn for my family's Easter thing, and I hadn't gotten corn yet.
Yeah.
So I got 8 ears of fresh corn, and I literally shucked the corn in my car while driving.
That is
and
so dangerous.
I was like shucking the corn and just like throwing out big chunks of like corn cob stuff out in the street.
Dude, if you guys don't know Shelby, that's just so on point for her.
It's very on brand.
It's brand is what I was looking for. It's so on brand for her. She does stuff
Y'all
like
judge
that.
people for putting on mascara while they're driving. I'm literally shucking corn. Yeah.
Shucking corn. No, yeah. So Walmart is, I don't know. We find ourselves there all the time. We were just talking about this 2 seconds ago. We have to go back because the one thing that we forgot is imperative to living.
Toilet paper. We
Toilet
need to wipe
paper.
our butts.
Yeah.
What are we wiping our butts with right now? We don't know.
Toilet paper. We still have one roll
No,
left.
we're out of toilet paper.
No, we're not out of toilet paper. We literally have toilet paper. Maybe she's been wiping with something different, but I've been wiping with toilet paper.
I didn't know there was any left.
Yeah.
So
I've been hoarding it all to myself because I'm not going to wipe with anything other than
But
toilet paper.
we don't like to go to Walmart. We put it off and we put it off.
Yeah.
To where there's nothing to eat.
Yeah, and I think there's different levels to the need of going to get groceries because for us it seems to be like we'll go without just long enough and just get by with what we have until our dog or our cat runs out of food, and then we go to the store.
Yeah, they can't starve.
They can't starve, yeah, because then
we can.
Yeah. I have enough meat on my bones where I can go a little bit longer.
We can last.
But not them. They're special to us.
There's things we can eat. They're just not necessarily a meal. They're not necessarily a snack.
Oh yeah,
either.
I don't put it past me to eat ingredients.
Yeah, I'll eat some ingredients.
And like, it's something I've always done though.
Yep. Gotta eat.
I don't know what it's
cheese
like
out of the
to-
cheese drawer.
What is
just
it like
shredded
cheese
cheese.
to have a 24/7 full meals or like full things? I've never had it where I can just at all times go in and grab like a sandwich or some cereal or like sometimes you buy fruit and stuff, you just run out of fruit too, like. But I have been known to resort to ingredients quite often.
Yeah, like maybe some graham crackers.
Dude, don't even get me started on graham crackers. So we had people over to our house, and we did a fire outside, and they brought s'mores stuff. Talking about Chaz and Lindsay, if you're listening to this episode, shout out them. I just need you to know I was so desperately hoping you would leave those graham crackers at my house.
They took them?
Yeah, they took the graham
Oh,
crackers.
sadness.
Which is like they brought them. They can, and they have.
But they came to our house. They should leave them.
No,
so.
they have 4 kids, and like
Oh, their
Lindsay,
kids don't eat graham
Lindsay said
crackers.
that they do bonfires a lot or campfires or whatever. So they have the ability to make s'mores more often, or they probably do it more than us. I was just hoping because I'm a graham cracker fiend. If there's graham crackers in the pantry and I get snacky enough, I'll eat the entire box. And
He was hoping for a 9:30 p.m. little snacky snack.
I was hoping for a 9:30 p.m. whole box of graham crackers.
Yeah.
But
also when you're out of ingredients, it's like you're going to find me in the pantry munching on a tortilla by itself. Nothing else because that's all we've got.
Yeah, because I think the kind of like the equation goes like you come and you look for something and you don't find anything because you're looking for something whole. And then about 15 minutes later, when you get a little bit hungrier, you come and you look again. You're looking in the same places. You're not
The
finding
fridge
anything
hasn't
different.
changed.
No one's magically stocked your fridge in that 15 minutes unless you knew someone was at the store while you were looking the first time. And you just dwindle down your expectations until they are reduced to chocolate chips, shredded cheese, tortillas with butter and cheese and bacon bits on top of it.
Flour.
And I've never eaten flour.
Just dry flour.
Just
You're just
out of it.
crying because your mom's like, we got food at home. And you're just like in the corner eating
You're like,
dry flour.
It's just flour and onion powder.
Yeah.
Just eating spoonfuls of onion powder.
But that's how low our groceries got. So
Yeah.
we, of course, had to go to Walmart.
Yeah, and it's never a lovely day when you have to go to Walmart.
No.
I can't stand it. It's my least favorite thing to do. We got really like into grocery shopping through Walmart pickup whenever COVID happened, and I loved it because I was like, this is the greatest invention ever. And then they just started slacking. Like you would just never get any of the things that you wanted. You'd end up having to go in. And so at this point, like I just put on tennis shoes and I run through Walmart and I grab things as fast as I can just so that I can get out of there because you're just I'm never prepared for what I'm going to see there.
No.
There's no preparing for what is going to be at Walmart. There, like you think you'll have an expectation for what it's going to be in it. It's not. Every single time it's different. The people, the experience, the workers, how the stock of food is just it's a toss up every single time.
Yeah, whether you're going to find anything at all.
Yeah. I definitely know one thing that you will always find, for sure, and I've talked about this with a few other people recently, is that there's a guarantee, and I think it's on Walmart's, I've looked through their policies, and it's on there. It's guaranteed that they will make room for someone to have their entire butt hanging out.
Yeah, like you're going to go to Walmart and see a butt.
Yeah, if you go to Walmart and you don't see a butt, it wasn't real. That was a dream.
Yeah.
Like it's just on brand with Walmart to have people who have the thinnest clothes on of all time, so thin that they're falling off.
Yeah. It's either like a crack situation where it's like the top half, it's like the pants that keep falling down.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit, or they're like reaching up to get something, their shirt comes up and they're just their whole butt, both cheeks are out.
Ooh.
Or it's like an underneath situation where they're wearing
why are you pulling them so high?
them denim underwears.
Them denim underwears.
Where
yeah.
the cheeks are hanging out.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Still whole butt.
I didn't know that they made denim underwear. And it's too like, and don't get me wrong, like before I say this, I shop the clearance aisle at every store. But the one store that I don't shop the clearance aisle is at Walmart. And that's just a rule that I live by, and I didn't realize how needed it was until Sunday night because
I saw two butts. Saw two butts
two
while I was in the clearance aisle, and I was just going real quick. I was going to see if they maybe had like some protein bars or something on that clearance, and I got two butts instead.
She got what she deserved. Like if you're going to the Walmart clearance aisle, I didn't even know that. I forget that there is one. Like I will always check the clearance aisle at Publix.
It's a dangerous place to go check the clearance at Walmart. Our sister-in-law Elizabeth, she sent us a Snapchat the other day. She was at Walmart and there was a man with his whole back pocket missing, and he was going commando. And it was just a little peep pocket.
There was a hole in his pants, and what I mean hole, like Shelby
his
said,
pocket was
his
gone.
whole pocket was gone, and he wasn't wearing underwear.
Here's the thing, people. We've got to check our butts before we leave the house.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, be
you
aware
check-
of your butt more than you are.
Yes, we all have them. You
Yeah.
have one. It's like when you do like the praise check before you go to church, you like lift your hands and make sure that your shirt doesn't come up or whatever, and people be seeing your midriff. Turn around, take a second look.
Yeah, look in the mirror behind you. Like,
Do a little
just,
bendy do. See if it's coming out.
Yeah, act like you're reaching for something at the top and act like you're reaching for something on the bottom shelf. And do us all a favor and do that before you leave, because I'm tired of it. Because Walmart is bad enough. I don't need your butt in the mix as well. Walmart's bad enough.
Yeah.
We all hate being there. And
Go ahead.
no, dude, I just just the sheer trauma that we all have to work through in therapy.
Yeah.
Because of Walmart butts.
I think Walmart butts is a really good segue into our next segment, sponsored by Volt Coffee. Drink good coffee.
I don't know how I feel about how we just segued that in to a sponsorship by Volt, but we had a segment that one of our dear friends, shout out Scotty Jones, he sent us after the last couple of episodes that he listened to, and he wanted to know our opinion and our experience from the worst most expensive meal, like the most expensive bad meal that we've ever had, and the least expensive fantastic meal that we ever had.
So expensive eats that were terrible,
Yeah.
and cheap eats that were fabulous.
Yeah, and I immediately had thoughts about this, and I think most of them were on our last trip just recently. I think that when you think about being a foodie, I guess this is a disclaimer for those of you who've listened to the pod and you've thought, hey, like, you're being a little too harsh. Like, you guys are pretentious foodies. Some of us can't eat golden calamari. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just not what we mean by being a foodie. Being a foodie is different for everybody. But I think it's like a couple of different things, like being able to branch out, being able to like try something, and also putting in a little bit of extra effort so that you're getting what your money is actually worth. Because none of us like to waste money, and that's the last thing that I want to do, especially whenever I'm going to a place that I've never been before and don't know when I'll go back.
Yeah.
Is do a little bit more research so that I can experience better food.
Yeah.
And the first place that comes to my mind would be the most expensive bad meal that I've had recently. And it made me extremely angry. And I'm going to name drop them. It was at Moo's Barbecue.
Moo's Craft Barbecue.
Moo's Craft Barbecue.
Which they don't deserve to have craft in their
LA.
name.
It was Michelin rated, which is usually a really good sign. But it just didn't live up to the hype, dude. It didn't live up to a tire company's expectation of the food. The Michelin Man would be so disappointed in this barbecue.
So we got a brisket sandwich, had brisket and sausage on it, and the brisket had like a bounce to it, which means it's like firm and like it shouldn't have no bounce. It should be like floppy and fatty and delicious.
Yeah, brisket is like one of those things that like I'm not just gonna like happen to make a brisket. You have to know what you're doing. And like I think
they thought they did.
I've been spoiled because Shelby's dad makes such a good brisket that I was just like, I don't know. I just always expect it to taste like what he does because like it's just fantastic. And it always is really high priced because brisket is an expensive cut of meat. And it rarely is worth what it's priced at. And it just wasn't.
Yeah. We got a sandwich and 4 sides because we were just trying to get a little something because it was like 2 o'clock and we had dinner reservations that we were not going to miss.
No, yeah.
And we spent $50 and I was so upset.
On a sandwich and 4 sides.
Usually we don't miss
Right.
on stuff, but we missed so hard.
Yeah.
And Logan had a recommendation of Smoke and Fire in LA because he'd seen really cool TikToks and like they use all kinds of really good looking sauces and all the things, and we should have gone there and we didn't. So
yeah,
you had a friend that went there.
Yeah, I do. And I gave him that recommendation based off. I was like, here's a list of all the places we went in LA. Don't go to this one place.
Don't go there.
Go to this other place instead. And sometimes you just get that, but you get that more often when you don't like research into it, and sometimes you just miss.
And we're all
Yeah.
about a cheap eat, because before I go on any trip, of course I'll have a couple
Yeah,
of fancy
yeah.
restaurants, but I will always look up best burger in New York,
Right.
best pizza, best chicken sandwich,
Yeah.
because those are always going to be the best cheap eats, and they're going to be so good, especially if like their Instagram is like popping off, you know it's about to be good.
Yeah, you definitely need to check their social media. Maybe that's like the best place to start, is to find like a list, or if you're like on Instagram or TikTok and you're like us and you get these, like, you scroll past these recommendations of food on social media, save it and come back to it later, because you'll find that really, 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 really good food that's cheap or
Yep.
cheaper. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, I'll pay $1 for a taco with no problem. I'll pay $1 for a slice of pizza with no problem. Like, if that's what it's known for. Like, New York has
$1. Yeah, I'm going to pay $1.
Yeah. But I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna not pay it because it's too inexpensive.
Pay
like,
$1 for a turd.
Dude,
I'm just kidding.
gross. Gross. But like, New York is known for like their dollar slices. We're just gonna glaze over the fact.
There are some sauces that I've had that are so good. Like, I'd slap that on a turd.
I'm not gonna talk about turds anymore.
Okay, anyway.
Yeah, gross.
So our next cheap eats recommendation is
so gross.
Is chick. Okay, please send us a sauce that is so good that you'd slap that on a turd.
Send that to Shelby. Don't send that to me. I don't want to hear that.
Okay. Anyway, our next recommendation is one that I have actually never ate at, but I gave it to Logan as a recommendation, and it's Chick, a Korean fried chicken place in New York City.
Yeah, if you've never had Korean fried chicken, it's so much different in the fact of it tends to be, in my opinion, better. It's
so good, and the different slaws and sauces that they put on their fried chicken
really
sandwiches they're just unreal.
Yeah,
so good.
The fry and the crunch, like, on the chicken sandwich is set apart. Like, I've just never had something so crispy in my life, which I'm a huge fan of. I don't want a chewy chicken. I don't want it to be like, everybody knows that when you take a bite of a chicken breast or like a chicken sandwich and it just like has that weird gummy, I feel like I'm just gonna get salmonella and die. Which also, shout out me, I'm ServSafe certified now.
What?
Yeah, I took the test today and I passed.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't think that I was gonna pass.
Wow.
I did pass, and let's just pause this segment for like a split second, because I want you to know how absolutely over the top annoying it was to take that exam online with an online proctor. I'm not gonna lie to you. I had to jump through hoops to get this test started. I started on the couch. I thought I could take it on the couch. Then she said that wasn't good enough, and I had to move to a stationary table. So, okay, I moved to a stationary table. So I sit down. She asked me where the door leading outside was, so that I had to sit in front of it. So then I had to adjust seats that I was sitting in, and then I had to show her the entire table, take everything off the table. So I'm like sitting like Shelby's purse and like the tape. What are the little decorations in the middle of the table? I'm sitting them like on the ground because I want to take this test and get it over with. And then she literally asked to see the entire table, under the table, every single.
You got your answers taped under the table.
Yeah, every single corner, the ground under the table, underneath the table, around the room, the front door. She asked me to raise my arms and show her my arms, front and back, but then she didn't ask me to show my legs.
Did she want to see your butt?
No. Like, I don't think I could write answers there or find them quickly anyway. She's watching me take the entire test, but I was just like, dude, this is so annoying. But I passed.
She's like, let me see your forearms. Let me see the underneath. Okay, now butt.
Yeah, can you turn?
Can you also show me your cheeks?
She made me get up and bring my phone over to the couch. I'm like, you know too much about the layout of my house now.
She's gonna rob us.
She's gonna rob us.
Yep.
Yeah. All to get ServSafe certified. Anyway, but yeah, Chick was the very first place I ever had a Korean fried chicken sandwich, and I would highly recommend that you find a Korean fried chicken sandwich near you.
Yes.
It's usually made with chicken thigh, which you guys know how we feel about that.
Reigns supreme.
It reigns supreme. And it always, I mean, like, or most of the time, I guess, is well worth the experience.
Yeah, and we'll link all of these places as well. We're going to start linking a few things that we mentioned. And I can link some of my Wonderlog pages where you see all of our recommendations for a certain city. And then our third recommendation is always, for a cheap eats, is always going to be pizza. And for New York, we would go Joe's Pizza or John's on Bleecker Street. We
Yeah.
like Joe's better, but like everyone flips out about John's.
Well, it got a high Barstool rating.
Yeah.
So I
and
mean, it's good, definitely, but I think that Joe's is better.
yeah, Joe's was like super crispy on the bottom, and it was
Mm.
really thin, and then it had that perfect, really light, not overbearing tomato sauce.
Yeah. Had a little tang to it. It
That-
wasn't too
that's
swe-
tang.
It had a little tang, you know. It wasn't too sweet.
Yeah.
It was like it was just tangy enough. You know what I mean?
And the cheese tasted like super fresh.
Yeah, yeah. And it's cheap. It's like what, $2 now?
Yep.
It used to be $1, but now it's
But
like
also,
$1.50, $2.
Even outside of that, one recommendation I didn't think about was if you're in Chicago and you want New York style pizza, coal fired is really good.
Yeah.
And the thing about going to get pizzas, even if the pizza is like $18, they're huge. If you get a really big one, they are so huge.
And it's over there by Wrigley Field.
Yeah,
It's
and it
close
has
enough to Wrigley
burrata in
Field.
the middle, and then you break the burrata open. It's like,
Yeah, and we're
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
find burrata, and we haven't been able to in our.
We
in our
can't find
local
burrata
area.
in Gadsden. Where can I get some
Yeah.
burrata?
If you know where to find burrata without fail, let us know because we
Yeah.
want to make it at our house or we
Yeah.
want to eat it at our house.
Yep. Also, wait, don't we have one more?
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
eats?
In another big thing for us is breakfast.
Oh yes.
We absolutely love breakfast foods. There was a time where we would make all of the breakfast every Saturday morning. I'm talking everything: biscuits and gravy, pancakes, eggs, bacon,
hash browns.
hash browns,
All of
Canucka
it.
sausage,
Just for the two of
all
us.
of it. Yeah, just for the two of us. And so one of the best places that we found food in LA for a little bit on the cheap was Eggslut or Sloot. However,
Eggslut.
yeah, well, I don't know if we'll have to bleep that.
That is the name of the restaurant.
Yeah, don't
And
disclaimer.
And I know that's how it's pronounced because Joshua Wiseman, he's a chef on YouTube, and he makes the most amazing food. And he actually makes a lot of the things that we've been talking about, but he does basically a breakfast sandwich version of the Eggslut sandwich.
Oh yeah. I watched that video with
We
you all
will
the time.
link that because I want to make that. It'll be
Yeah.
so good.
But it's just like it's an egg sandwich pretty
Yep.
much.
But
and
not on a biscuit.
Yeah, no, on like this fluffy, airy, buttery, bloodily
Literally flaky.
brioche bun.
And
And it's toasted to perfection, and the eggs are fluffy and cheesy.
I don't know how they make the eggs so
dude,
fluffy.
And they put little chives in there, and there's an aioli. Come on, Lord.
I think
Thank you,
all
Lord.
their
Thank you,
I think
Lord.
all their sandwiches have an aioli, and I am here for an aioli.
But yeah, it was really stinking good. We had the sausage, egg, and cheese one too, and it wasn't as good as the bacon, egg, and cheese one, but the eggs on it alone make it worth it. And it's an egg sandwich. Like, it can only be so expensive.
Yep.
But
And then
dude.
for cheap eats all around, best recommendation is to go to a food hall in whatever major city you're going to.
Yeah.
Because
Food halls are huge.
Yeah.
Tips. Huge tips.
And Revival Food Hall in Chicago is really good. Grand Central is where Eggslut is in LA.
Yeah.
And then Time Out Market is my favorite place. It's in New York City. They actually have a couple locations around the world, but Time Out it was founded in London, but it's a travel and food website, and now they also have their US version.
Yeah.
And there's a market in LA that has all kinds of food stalls, and it features prominent and really popular restaurants and chefs from the city. And so you can get like the best of the best on the cheap.
Yeah.
So you can get Clinton Street Bakery pancakes with blueberry compote in their like house-made maple syrup, and you can get ice cream, donuts. There's a good pizza place there.
Jacob's Pickles.
Yes, Jacob's Pickles,
Which is like a Nashville hot fried chicken place. Dude, we had the very first time we went to Time Out Market, we had that, and we had this biscuit with
it was like soaked in honey
Oh my
butter. I don't know
gosh.
how. Or honey,
And
hot honey.
so you can find all of these different foods from all of these different incredible places, and you don't have to like have a reservation. You don't have to wait in a line that's like 6 hours to get
Oh my
into
gosh.
this, like,
And
super
so many
talked
of those
about
places
place.
have like
Yeah.
the reservations, they're just full.
Yeah.
If it's full and you've gone to a city and you're just like you don't have any reservations and it's becoming frustrating, hit up the delicious food halls.
Yeah, so 3 food halls off the top of my mind. Time Out Market in New York, Revival Food Hall in Chicago, and Grand Central Market
And we'll link those.
in LA. We went to Grand Central a
multiple
good bit.
times.
Yeah, we went
and
like
they had
2 or
good
3
coffee
times.
there as well.
Yeah, I just posted a YouTube reel or a YouTube short on my coffee page. I ranked
Why are you trying to plug your coffee page?
Volt Coffee. Volt.coffee is our
Sponsored. This
website.
podcast is sponsored by Volt Coffee.
Voltcoffee.al. No, but I ranked top 5 coffee shops in LA.
Yep.
And that was the very first one. Number 5 was G&B.
G&B, yeah.
G&B Coffee, and it's at the Grand Central Market.
You know, with all these food obsessions, I would have thought maybe I would have wanted to be a chef when I was younger, because I've always been obsessed with food, but like that's never what I wanted to do. I'm like, now I feel like I should rethink. But
well, I mean, you did the Easy Bake Oven stuff.
I did.
You always talk about that.
I was killing that Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah.
I made
to the best of its ability.
I made tortilla chips from scratch in my Easy Bake Oven, and I also would make a cake for Santa every year. Like, Santa was eating good. I mean, when I got older, I was pretty mad about who actually ate my cake.
It was Santa. You just had to like slave for hours.
Santa was like, I may not come out to every house, but I'm gonna come out to your house for that Easy Bake Oven cake.
You just had and I think that it not only taught us about cooking, it also taught us about patience.
Oh, so much
because
patience.
Guess what? You're not gonna eat that stuff today.
No.
It has to cook overnight. It was
it's a light bulb.
We find out as we get older that the Easy Bake Oven was less of an oven and more of a crock pot. And it's just going to take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I never had anything bad from an Easy Bake Oven.
From there,
yeah.
You went there to Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah,
if there would have been an Easy Bake Oven like
great
restaurant,
staff. Super awesome atmosphere.
I love Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah, I loved going to Easy Bake Oven. Super cheap.
You'd do good to go to Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah, super cheap. They have a lot of different things that you can eat of and make.
So from that, we would have thought I'd own my own Easy Bake Oven restaurant, but I was like thinking I was going to be like a double Dutch champion or something because I watch Jump 5 all the time. Jump 5? That's a band.
That is a band.
Jump In.
That is a band. Yeah. I don't know. I never watched that one, but it's funny to like I did watch it.
It just seemed so serious. It seemed like everything seemed so serious when we were kids. Like, I could be the master of double Dutch.
Yeah, or like you watch...
Just like Keke Palmer.
Yeah, you watch like High School Musical and you think like Troy Bolton is like a good basketball player. And you're like, I could be like Troy.
I also thought, like, I'm going to work at a resort one day.
Yeah, with all my friends. And and we're going to have so much free time on our hands. Yeah. Like, the amount of things that you, like, that you wish that were true, and it's funny. It's just, like, none of it becomes true almost at all. It's, like, one of the big ones for me growing up was always, like, I always felt like I had to worry about, like, running into quicksand, finding quicksand around the corner.
I thought it was going to be a rampant problem.
Yeah, like it was just going to be right down the street from wherever I turned out to live.
You could be at the park and just quicksand.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's like we teach like basic survival tips of like stop, drop, and roll, like when you like catch on fire. And I always wondered, why are we not teaching people how to like get out of quicksand?
Well, they would always say, like, when you get into the quicksand, don't move.
Yeah,
don't move.
Don't freak out. You're like, dude, I'm slowly dying. I'm slowly dying over here.
Also, if
there's no one
around,
in
a fire, I know I have been taught my whole life. I just doubt I'm going to stop, drop, and roll.
I don't. Yeah.
You would look ridiculous.
I've never seen somebody.
I'm embarrassed for you if you stop, drop, and roll when there's a fire.
I mean, like
it
has to be worth it.
Is it just as worth it as putting a textbook on our heads during tornado drills? What was that textbook going to protect me from?
Yeah, you're like, maybe a brick will.
Bro, that was another time where, like, bro, everybody's butts were out. You're like literally huddled in the corner, and you got the book on your head, and your whole butt's out.
Yeah, and everybody's looking too.
Everyone's like,
no one's falling asleep.
Her butt's out.
No one's falling asleep like in the corner, like by the lockers during a tornado drill. Dude,
I always thought scoliosis was gonna, like, I was gonna get scoliosis because there were
of the tornado drills.
Because of there were always scoliosis checks at school, so that was another thing I feared as a child.
How many did you do?
Scoliosis checks, it was like every year.
No, I only did one.
And it was like, go to school and you're like,
in the 6th grade.
Some weird lady's gonna freaking touch my back today.
I only did one.
I did them every year. And I always thought like I was gonna get scoliosis, and like
Can you get scoliosis? Can you like catch it?
I don't think you can catch it,
Yeah.
but like it's also like I felt like it was gonna be cool. Like I got scoliosis.
No.
Like people have a reason to feel bad for you. Like, oh no, I got scoliosis. You know?
You felt that way?
Yeah. Like you know how. Or like when people walk around with braces, they're like, "I'm so cool, I got braces," and your braces are literally ugly.
Yeah. No. Well, I did think that. I thought that braces looked good on me.
Well, hate to break it to you.
No, they did look good on me, and I'll take like and to the braces for. So I love the dentist. I absolutely love the dentist. I love going to the dentist because they're always so nice. They're always telling me how great my teeth are, and they're not the whitest teeth. I know that.
They
but
tell everyone that their teeth are great.
No, they don't. They only tell me and my family.
My teeth have been pretty jank, and they told me mine look good.
No. They're not.
Cara
nice.
chipped my tooth, and they said your teeth look so great.
But I love going to the dentist, and I got braces whenever I was younger, and I got them off 6 months early, and I thought like for some reason I deserved like a presidential medal for that. Like I thought that made me.
You're like, yeah, I got my braces off like 6
Super
months
likable.
early. Like people usually have to wait like 2 years, something
Yeah.
like that.
How long did you wait?
I waited a long time, and I bragged about that. I kept moving because my family was in the military, and we just had to move place to place, and we'd really
Drifter over here.
we'd really put off finding a new orthodontist. So thanks, Mom.
Yeah.
I had my braces on for like 4 years.
Nerd.
And I'd be like, yeah, I've had them for like 4 years.
No, dude,
Normally
I was over
people
there like,
get them off at 2 years, but I've had them on like 4 years.
and I got them off a year and 6 months. So
I don't know why I would brag about that. It's like going to school
yeah.
and you have like the hospital bracelet on because you, for some reason, had to go to the hospital, and you were like, teacher, I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, whoops. I left my hospital bracelet on. I had to go to the hospital today. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, for what? And like, I didn't even know because I was just, your mom's like, you got to go to the doctor. And I'm
no,
like, okay.
yeah. I never went to the hospital that I can remember. Maybe like once for like a surgery or something whenever I was in high school, but I never went to the hospital. I was always more concerned about like just my parents just checking me out for fun.
Yeah.
Like
it was
just
always cool to check out.
With nothing. I mean, we didn't have anything to do. I remember getting in trouble in the 5th grade because I said just a in passing remark about my teacher just not being fun. That was really it, just her not being fun. And she called my mom. She called my mom, and my mom came to the school, and she told her what happened, and my mom was like,
You have to say what you did. That got you sent to the principal's office and got a phone call to your mother.
it's kind of embarrassing. But I was always trying to be like funny. That's always been my what I've wanted to do my entire life. And I was in school. I was in the 5th grade, and we were lining up to go to recess. And I was standing by one of my friends. I don't even know who it was at that point. And my teacher's name was Miss Couch. That's for real. And I said, "What is the opposite of fun and exciting?" And my friend said, "What?" And I said, "Miss Couch." And she overheard it and called my mom.
And Miss Couch couldn't handle a joke.
And yeah, she was not having a good day. And I see it when I look back on it now. I think of my friends who are teachers and the just crippling mental state that they are in at points, not at all the times. And I feel like I can agree. Like sometimes when a 5th grader pushes your button,
Yeah,
just
maybe you were the straw that broke the camel's
enough.
back.
Yeah, no, I'm.
She was
Miss
like,
Couch, if
I'm
you're
not fun
listening
and
to this
exciting.
podcast, you were fun and exciting in your own respect, and I apologize. But what I will not apologize for is my mom checking me out, thinking that you were crazy, and going and eating Mexican food.
It was like one of his best days.
Honestly, it's one of the days that I recount all the time in my mind of like, man, if I could be as happy as that day.
Yeah.
Roller coaster of a day,
Yeah.
but I enjoyed it. It was a wild time.
Mm-hmm.
Just the stuff that we thought was important as middle schoolers and high schoolers.
Yep.
It just it's funny to like and the stuff that I find important now that typically you find important in middle school and high school, like Star Wars. I love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think it was that great in high school and middle school.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Lots of things that we just didn't
I
get
think
the
I was
hype
just-
until later.
But
that
I was
comes,
sheltered-ish. I was sheltered-ish.
yeah.
There were some things that I
You
couldn't
couldn't watch Star Wars? Are there
I don't
butts
think it
in
was
that?
no, I don't think it was Star Wars. It's stuff like Pokemon and stuff. And I'm not a big Pokemon fan now, But like I like the games, like the older ones, and I played them when I was in college. But I didn't get to play them as like a middle schooler and a high schooler. Like, what's another thing that's kind of like Star Wars? Harry Potter. I guess I didn't watch. I didn't get to watch the Harry Potter
I didn't get to watch
movies.
Harry Potter either. I mean, I remember, or I didn't get to read it either. I do remember, though, being in elementary, first grade, and Miss Christie was doing an excerpt from Harry Potter, and I was like, Miss Christie, I will have to be leaving the classroom because I will not be able to listen to this excerpt today.
That's embarrassing for you. Being a
I am
narc
way
on
better
a teacher,
than Harry Potter, and I will not.
Being a narc on a teacher is next level.
I will not partake in this debauchery that you're deciding to thrust upon these children with your witchcraft.
That's so funny. I don't know. I feel like I was more like more avoidant of stuff like that as a kid than I am now. Like, and I guess that's probably a good thing. Like you think through it more now. Like you can reason, like, I probably don't need to watch this for A, B, and C. As a kid, like you just like until a certain age where you start to want to rebel, you take everything that your parents say for face value. And that is so dangerous.
You're like, if I watch Harry Potter or Twilight, like I'm actually gonna burst into flames.
I remember Josh, a friend of mine, Josh. His brother told him, and I still really haven't watched Harry Potter the movies. I have seen Harry Potter and the Cursed Child on Broadway. Phenomenal show, by the way. But his brother told him, Caleb, his brother told him that if he doesn't cover his mouth while he sleeps, that the Dementors would suck out his soul through his mouth, like in the Harry Potter movies.
He was the earliest mouth taper ever.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
He didn't do it for the health benefits. He did it for...
That's why he's just the picture of health that he is today, is because he's been mouth taping his whole life.
Is he a picture of health?
That's rude. Sorry, Josh. I tried to toss you a softball pitch. Shelby said no.
Nope. I just smacked down all of it every time.
Man. What it's like growing up.
Yep.
You grow up raised to not believe in books like Harry Potter and Twilight, and then you get to an age where you're
believe in them. You're acting like it's a religion.
You get.
I believe.
I believe
in Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh. But where I felt like we should end this episode is you grow up to a point where you end up going to Walmart at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
And I would never in a million years had thought when I was in Miss Couch's class that I would be walking into a Walmart to buy groceries, not just for a thing, but to buy full-on groceries on Easter Sunday night. That's how little we had to do at the end of the day. We went to our family's house, we came home, and we slept, and we woke up, and we went to Walmart. And that's how our life has been going recently.
Yep.
But can't win them all. So it's not always glitz and glam and travel. Sometimes
it's not.
Sometimes you go to Walmart at 8 p.m.
Yeah, and we hope that this podcast brightened your day.
Yeah. We hope that you can take some food recommendations, you can have a laugh, and you can enjoy just...
Have a laugh.
You
having a laugh?
All right. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Leave us a review. If you've got suggestions on segments, send them our way. We'd love to go over them and see what we can talk about. But had a great time. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.